Nobody in the Carter household talked about what happened last Thanksgiving. They avoided it like a haunted memory, something buried deep enough to pretend it never existed. But 17-year-old Aria Carter remembered everything. The sirens, the hospital lights, the cold night that changed her entire world. And this Thanksgiving, she felt the same cold returning. The sky was dark, heavier than usual, clouds swirling in unsettling shapes, as if hiding something. The wind pushed against the windows, making them creak. Even the house seemed to tense up, anticipating something no one wanted to face. Aria stood in the hallway, staring at the framed photo of her family, her mom, her dad, her younger brother Liam, and her. But that picture didn't feel real anymore. It belonged to a life she no longer recognized. Last Thanksgiving, they lost her father in a car accident. This Thanksgiving would be the first without him. But that wasn't the only thing weighing on Aria, because she had a secret, a heavy one, a dangerous one. Ever since her father's death, she had stopped believing in anything hope, healing, family, even herself. She blamed herself for not answering his last call that night. For months, she sank into a suffocating darkness she had no words for. Her mother tried to help, but she was grieving too. Liam was only 10. He didn't understand the full weight of what happened, so Aria became a ghost inside her own home. She barely spoke, barely ate, barely slept. She drifted, and now, as Thanksgiving approached, she felt something snapping inside her, something telling her she didn't belong here anymore, that she wasn't needed. She didn't tell anyone, not her friends, not her mother, not even her therapist, but she had made a decision. And if things went as she planned, tonight would be the end of her pretending. She walked to the dining table, where her mother and Liam were setting dishes. The turkey was smaller this year, the decorations simpler, the atmosphere quieter. Her mother glanced at her and forced a smile. "You okay, sweetheart?" Aria nodded without speaking, but Liam watched her more carefully. "Are you sure?" he whispered when their mom wasn't looking. "You look different." Aria swallowed hard. "I'm fine," she lied. But Liam didn't believe her. His eyes lingered on her face, with concern too mature for a 10-year-old. Dinner began. The house filled with awkward silence, faint clinks of silverware, and forced smiles. Aria barely touched her food. Her mother kept glancing at the empty chair where her father used to sit. At one point, Liam set down his fork and looked straight at Aria. "Dad wouldn't want us to be sad today." The room froze. Her mother's eyes filled. Aria's heart twisted painfully. "But he's not here," Aria whispered. "Nothing's the same." Her mother reached for her hand, but Aria pulled away. She stood abruptly from the table. "I need some air." Before anyone could stop her, she walked outside. The cold air slammed into her, but she barely felt it. She walked aimlessly through the neighborhood, her heart beating fast, her mind heavy with thoughts she had tried to outrun for months. She found herself at the old bridge near the Parka place. She used to visit with her father. He taught her how to skip stones here. He told her stories. He told her she would do great things one day. Now the place felt haunted. Aria leaned on the railing, staring into the dark water below. The wind howled. The sky rumbled. She closed her eyes. "Dad," she whispered, "I'm tired. I don't know how to do this anymore." A single tear fell onto the wood. And that moment, lonely, cold, fragile, was when she heard footsteps behind her. Soft, careful footsteps. She stiffened and turned slowly. A stranger stood a few feet away, a woman in her late 60s, wrapped in a long coat, her silver hair blowing in the wind. Her eyes, sharp and strangely familiar, locked onto Aria. "I was hoping I'd find you here," the woman said. Aria stepped back, confused. "Do I know you?" The woman smiled gently. "No, but I knew your father." Aria froze. Her heart stopped. Her breath caught in her throat. "What?" The woman walked closer. her eyes full of something Arya couldn't place. Kindness, sorrow, wisdom, and something almost mystical. "I'm here," the woman said softly, "because your father wanted you to hear something. Something he didn't get the chance to say." Arya's hands trembled. "Who are you?" she whispered. The woman smiled. "Someone who's about to change your entire Thanksgiving. And maybe your life." Arya stared at the woman, stunned, heart pounding, unsure whether she should run or stay frozen. The woman didn't move closer. She simply stood there, letting Arya choose. "You knew my dad?" Arya finally asked. The woman nodded. "I knew him very well. He helped me years ago, during one of the hardest times of my life." Arya hesitated. The idea that her father helped someone she had never met felt strange, but something about the woman's calm expression made her stay. "What do you want from me?" Arya asked quietly. The woman exhaled, her breath visible in the cold air. "Your father once told me that if anything ever happened to him, he hoped someone would remind his daughter what hope feels like." Arya's chest tightened. "He said that?" "Yes," the woman said with a gentle smile. "He talked about you all the time. How bright you were. How strong you were. How proud he was." Arya shook her head slowly. "But I wasn't strong. I wasn't even there for him." When the woman lifted her hand. "Stop. You cannot carry guilt for things you could not control." Arya felt tears burning her eyes. "You don't understand. I ignored his call." "What if he wasn't calling for help?" the woman said softly. "He was calling to tell you he loved you before heading home." Arya covered her mouth as emotion crashed over her. "How do you know that?" The woman took something from her coat pocket, small folded note, worn at the edges. She handed it to Arya. "This is for you." Arya hesitated before unfolding it. Her father's handwriting hit her like a punch to the chest. "If you find this someday, it means I didn't get the chance to say it myself. Arya, I love you. You are stronger than you think, braver than you know, and one day you will help others find hope too. Don't let my absence steal your light. Keep living, keep loving, keep hoping." Arya broke down, silent tears, full body trembles. The woman placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Your father didn't want Thanksgiving to become a day of pain. He wanted it to be a reminder of what?" Arya whispered. "That hope can be rediscovered, even in the darkest places." They stood there for a long moment, the wind calming around them, as if the world itself paused to listen. After a while, the woman spoke again. "Go home, Arya. Your family needs you, and you need them." Arya wiped her tears, her breathing shaky. "Thank you. I don't even know your name." The woman smiled mysteriously. "You don't need to." She turned and began walking away. Arya watched her, suddenly realizing something. "My dad, when did he give you the letter?" The woman paused, looking back with a knowing look. "A long time ago." "Then, why come now?" Arya asked. "Because today," the woman said softly, "you were ready." And with that, she disappeared into the winding path leading out of the park. Arya clutched the letter to her chest. For the first time in a year, she felt something she thought she had lost forever. A spark of hope. A faint, trembling light, but real. She walked home slowly, breathing deeper, stepping lighter. When she reached the house, her mother rushed to her, tears in her eyes. "Arya, thank God, I was so scared." Arya hugged her tightly, burying her face in her shoulder. "I'm sorry, Mom. I'm really, really sorry." Her mother held her, relieved. Liam peeked from behind the doorway. "Are you okay now?" Arya nodded and pulled him into the hug too. That night, when they sat at the dinner table again, the room felt different. Warmer, brighter. Not because anything had changed on the outside, but because something had changed inside Arya. She picked up her fork. She smiled genuinely. She breathed normally. And when she looked at the empty chair where her father once sat, she didn't break. She felt grateful. Not for the pain, not for the loss, but for the chance to heal again. This Thanksgiving, Arya didn't celebrate the food. She celebrated the return of hope. Moral of the story: hope isn't something you find once, it's something you rediscover when you're finally ready to see light again.